and it's about healing your lost inner child. Basically, like, um, in childhood, we'll experience something traumatic, emotionally, physically, whatever it might be,
Yeah, yeah.
and then that trauma basically imprints or
But it's
basically.
the but I feel like half of sorry, keep hooked thought. I feel like a part of it is from the meaning obviously we give as a child, right? Oh, this is what I take away, so it becomes a trauma. Obviously, some traumas are actual, like like yeah, that was fucked up. This the trauma is valid there, but sometimes it's like the meaning we take away from a certain interaction, and that becomes the trauma. Okay, carry on.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that about anything. That's so true. As a kid, though, you're not as conscious as you are as an adult to recognize the meaning that you're giving to these things. And
Mm.
so a lot of times we are just like functioning, we're just operating like, you know, like kids, just free play, um, not really worried about meaning. There is feeling, inherent
Mm-hmm.
feeling that happens with, like, let's say I smack my arm. That's a
Mm-hmm.
very unique feeling, right? As I age, I could change the meaning to that, and that might affect the way I respond to that, but the feeling is always going to be the same, right? Like I could cut myself. People do this.
Mm-hmm.
People cut themselves, right?
Yeah.
It's painful. The feeling is the same, but the meaning that they give to it kind of shifts that, like, awareness of that feeling specifically. Does that make sense?
It does. It's like when you were beaten as a child, and then as an adult, you're like
You find yourself in an abusive relationship.
that. Okay, yeah, that's the direction you can go. Okay.
But yeah, so you have this experience as a kid, and without proper processing and healing, basically, like, your your child self fractals off and stays
Yeah.
there, basically waiting to be healed, right? This
Mm.
isn't this isn't not okay pattern, whatever happened, and I'm not going to move on until we fix this or reshape the pattern.
Yeah.
And so the book talks about that. And so we still age, right? We're aging and aging, but there's still this emotional body that is desiring care, comfort, and healing, which is just shifting from an unwanted pattern to a wanted pattern, which is a beautiful thing if you think about it, because it's like the
I
kid is
mean,
basically.
we're all going towards. We want to go towards the wanted pattern, right? The
Yes,
good one.
yes, but we want to make sure that we process the original unwanted pattern before we fully move on. And
Mm.
so I was noticing in me one of the biggest things holding me back from, like,
In the past.
I mean, currently, still,
Yeah.
still, I'm always growing. I'm always learning and
Mm.
getting better, getting more efficient. But um, was my child self was a rebel. He was like, nope, we're not going to do that. Nope, nope, nope. Because I would say to myself unconsciously that we need to do this thing so that I can give you love. I would basically be talking to my little Brandon self, and I would say, Brandon, we're not going to watch TV. We're not going to snack. You're going to come with me, and we are going to go and work on the business, or we're going to go to the gym, or blah, blah, blah,
Mm.
whatever it is, like whatever action I've associated to giving myself love. So I made my own self love dependent on some sort of behavior or action. And my child self is a fucking rebel, and I love him so much. He's like, no, fuck you. We're not doing that. I'm gonna make it so painful. I'm gonna throw a tantrum. I'm gonna fight back. I'm gonna bite and claw, and we're going to watch TV. And so eventually, I'd give in and do it because the pain that was created from me limiting my self love was so great that I had to resort to the coping mechanism, which was watching TV, because that's what little Brandon did.
Yeah.
Play video games, go outside, whatever, skateboard, whatever it
The
was.
usual kid thing.
The usual kid thing.
Yeah.
Now, Brandon was leveraging those things in order to, like, cope with the external circumstances, which was the adult figures in my life are not giving me love unless I
Ooh.
do what they want.